Hey guys, so Valorant was publicly released yesterday and I finally got my hands on it. So far it performs exceptionally well in terms of FPS. I'm getting 144 FPS with my GTX 1060 and it's the only game that I was able to get to run at 144 FPS on my computer. Even CSGO didn't run this good. Now while this game does perform really good, and I assume even on lower end systems it should perform really well, there's always some way to get even more FPS out of it. Now since this is a competitive shooter, more FPS means a better advantage. So in this video I will show a few ways to increase the performance of Valorant. Now let's get started. Okay, so the first step is to go into your graphics options on Nvidia control panel. Now if you have an AMD card, the steps gonna be a little bit different because AMD uses a different software, but you should be able to find out the settings we're gonna change and change them accordingly. So if you have an Nvidia card, simply all you have to do is right click on your desktop and go to Nvidia control panel, and once you are in the control panel you should get this screen first with the rotating Nvidia logo. In here you will see three options. You need to select the option called use the advanced 3D image settings. Once you select that, go into manage 3D settings on the left side here and you will get all these options. Now you can adjust all these options depending on your preference, and obviously if you set all the options to prioritize performance, then it will give you better performance. But in this video I will focus only on one, or actually two settings in here, and that is the power management mode and low latency mode. Now by default sometimes the power management mode in Nvidia control panel is on optimal power, which means the graphics card will save power by reducing its performance. Now we don't want that. We want the graphics card to perform as good as possible, so that way we will get better performance in games. So you need to set this to prefer maximum performance to get the maximum performance out of your system, and then scroll up to low latency mode, and by default this will be off. Now since Valorant is a competitive shooter, you need the lowest latency possible, so we will turn this on or put it to ultra as well. But keep in mind that when you turn this on or put it to ultra, and if your PC cannot run the game very well, that means it will introduce some lag to it, so be aware of that. Personally I prefer to keep it off because I'm not a competitive player, but if you are a competitive player, then yeah, keeping this on would help. Okay, so the next step is to enable ultimate performance power plan on Windows 10. Now this power plan by default is hidden in most PCs, and when enabled, this power plan will give you even better performance than the high performance power plan. So to enable this ultimate performance power plan on Windows 10, you need to open command prompt. Now to open command prompt, click on the search bar on Windows 10 and search for CMD, and in the command prompt result right click on it and click on run as administrator. Once you are in there, go into the description. I will paste this command in the description, so you can copy and paste this command to the command prompt. So I'll basically just copy it from this notepad to the command prompt, and once you're done that, press enter. Now I won't press enter because I already did this before, so I don't really need to do this again. But once you press enter and close the command prompt, go to your power management setup. So just go to choose power plan, and in here by default you will be selected the balanced power plan, and it should show up here. The ultimate performance power plan should show up here, but if it's not there you can click on show additional power plans, and in there you will see the ultimate performance power plan there. All you have to do is just check that, and there we go, you're on ultimate power plan. Okay, so in this next step we will be removing Windows 10 graphical user interface. Now this step is only recommended if you are an advanced user, so if you're not really good with using Windows, I don't really recommend doing this, but doing this fix will actually free up quite a lot of CPU resources to be used in games, so it in theory should give you more performance in Valorant. So to do this, go to your task manager and go to details. You will see a process called Explorer exe. What we're going to do is we will be disabling this task. So right click on it and click on end task and click on end process, and as you can see, we just lost everything. We just lost all the desktop. We don't have the start bar, we don't have the file explorer, we don't have anything, so it's just plain black. So by disabling this, we will free up so much CPU and GPU and also memory usage, so the game will have more resources to use. So now you must be wondering how you're gonna open the game. So I recommend opening the game before doing this, so it's much easier. So, but if you want to open the game, you can click on file on task manager and click on run new task and click on browse, and then you can select the exe file of the game from there. Now to get back all the Windows stuff, all you have to do is click make sure you keep the task manager open and click on file and click on run new task and click on and type Explorer exe and click on OK, and you will get back all your Windows back. Okay, so for this next step, you need to open Valorant and go into the game, and once you're in the game, you have to press Alt and Tab keys on your keyboard and you will go back to your desktop, or just press the Windows key and you will go back to your desktop. Once you're in the desktop, open Task Manager again and you need to find the Valorant process, and it's here. As you can see, Valorant. What we're going to do is right click on it and then click on Go to Details, and then we have Valorant Win64 shipping and Valorant exe. Now what we're going to do is select the Valorant Win64 shipping.exe. This is the main exe of the game. What we're going to do is right click and click on set priority and click on high priority. Now changing the priority will give the game a bit more priority over other processors, so the game will perform a bit better than before. Now once you're in the game, go into your video settings of the game and make sure you have turned off limit FPS on battery. These settings are especially important if you are playing on a laptop, so make sure you turn all of these settings off. And in the graphics quality section, make sure you turn off VSync and make sure you turn off VNet. Also anti-aliasing, I recommend turning this off because the game itself without anti-aliasing looks pretty good, and you won't really notice any difference with MSA 2x or MSA 4x. By turning this off, you are sacrificing a lot of frames, so I recommend keeping that off. It's not really noticeable in this game, so it's better to keep those off. Well, that's it for this video. Those are all the fixes that I wanted to share with you, and I hope at least one of these fixes helped get a bit more frames out of your system. And if you need to get even more performance out of your system, make sure to watch my Windows 10 optimization guide, link in the description. As always, thanks for watching. Leave a like if it did help and subscribe if you want more videos like this. I will see you in the next one.